Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to show you one of the capability of cloud app security, right? And this capability is all around the applications, right? So it includes both the applications which are enterprise applications as well as the applications which we do register within Entra ID, right? For different purposes. Let's say if in case we have something developed in-house and we wanted to bring that application to the users to authenticate with our authentication methods, right? We would wanted to register an applications and provide it a right set of endpoints and register it successfully. And then upon everything, we would be able to give them access to that respective applications by providing them access on a group level or maybe a kind of one-on-one level, right? And for the same purpose, when we do register multiple applications in the tenant, that means it comes or when it comes the application governance, right? So that's also very important. Otherwise, it's going to be something like, okay, we have a bunch of applications, but we are not really governing all those applications, whether we wanted to use those applications for a number of days or maybe particular period, and that application was used or registered for testing purpose or something like that, right? Even those kind of application could become an way for bad actors to get into the systems with permissions, because those applications could have either highly privileged permissions or low or medium permission levels as well. But we wanted to take the control of all those applications and permissions together, right? And for policies and permission management, I'm going to make a separate video, but in this video, I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and disable it from Cloud App Security, right? So majorly those apps which we really don't think are being used at all. Definitely there would be a discussion around different teams and probably different organizations within the same organization. Like it could be app developer team, it could be a customer service team who actually serves the customers, and the team who actually manages the infrastructure and applications capabilities, the backend, right? So definitely all of these teams should come together and work on this to identify and know whether they do really need that application to be used or they wanted to keep it for if that is being actively used, be it internal users, external users, or whoever it is going to be, right? So based on that, it should be kept active and do the governance as well at the same time. So to secure the application and its capabilities and permissions, everything together in the tenant, right? So that way we should be keeping it safe and secure with the compliant of the organization levels and the systems altogether, right? So now there might be questions. Why do we want to disable it if in case it is being used actively and it has low to medium permissions and there are some high level permissions as well. But if the application is being really used, then definitely we should keep it using, right? And for that, there is a policy as well, which we can create and get the notifications as well, how that application is being used in the 7 days, 30 days, or more than that as well, right? So that as an IT side and security side, those respective teams would go ahead and take the appropriate actions, and probably they might have something to either we wanted to lower down the permissions, and if not, then we should look into the permissions which can be deployed on the application with least permissions or least privilege permissions so that application would work with those permissions. Definitely that should be something which comes in the initial actions where we are going to do the assessment of application, what is really needed instead of directly assigning highly privileged permissions to the tenant. That's a kind of blindfold where we don't want to give any highly privileged permissions blindly, right? We do, or we should do the assessment before and then we should gradually take that step ahead, right? So let's jump onto the demo. I'll share my screen quickly and show you how we can disable applications from Cloud App Security Portal. And there are two options, or there are two places, I would say, to go ahead and disable it. All right, let me share it quickly here and we can jump onto the perfect. So I'll minimize this one. And here you can see that I'm in Defender portal over here, and I'll go back to the home page, and from there I would navigate to the right options so that you get to see, right? So on the home page, you need to scroll down, and I'll just minimize this other tab, so it is going to create a space for us. All right, and you need to expand the cloud apps over here. Once you click on it, you would see app governance, right? So under the app governance, we have a bunch of options over here, right? So we have overview page, which shows all the apps found, or privileged apps, 68 highly privileged applications, and we can see all those apps under here. So from overview to Microsoft 365 apps, and then there's one unresolved incident, one policy incident, and this is the overall page basically, right? You can see the data usage on SharePoint and OneDrive. These are the two workloads where the data usage is being happening, right? And to jump onto the applications, whether we wanted to go ahead and disable that applications or what, right? So click on this one, Microsoft 365, and here we would see all those applications, right? And these are the different applications in the tenant. From here you can see different columns, including app name status, API access, whether it has API access, permission type, whether it is delegated or mixed, or it has only applicable permissions as well, right? And then you can see app origin, be it internal, external. Internal is going to be the Microsoft application, which is registered within the tenant, and external is going to be the application developer is someone else, or publisher is different. For example, this is abacus.ai is external application, and you can see the publisher is different one. AI Abacus Inc. is the company they have developed, and they have made this application available in the Microsoft Entra catalog or application enterprise application gallery, right? And you can see last modified date added on, then permission usage, unique, that means permission was not used, data usage 0%, and permission label, right? So this way you can filter out which application is highly permissions or what, right? So that way, definitely this is going to help us. And there's an option for us to export this as a CSV report as well. And the one way which I was talking about, which I wanted to disable any of these applications, which is here. So what I will do, texting for business, right? So this is a third-party application, right? And I wanted to go ahead and disable it. So once I click on the application, you would see disable app name, disable app button over here, right? Simply I can go ahead and do that, but before doing that, you can see that there are other different tabs where it shows data usage, number of users, how many users are accessing, or whomever has access to this application. So I see that total consented users, there are 140, right? So why it is showing this way? It is showing because if the consent was provided for on behalf of the organization, that means this is going to be consented for all the users across the organization, and every user would be able to go ahead and access this as soon as they have the right set of URL or right set of access links to that respective application. And that's why you would see 140 consented users in the tenant. And on the permission side, you would see total permissions are 4 over here. So these are the basic low-level permissions which falls under the OpenID Connect authentication method, right? Which allows that respective applications to get a user profile and read the user details, including UPN and name and first name, last name, and OpenID Connect protocol over here as well, right? And the sensitivity labels and class. if we have anything that we can assign or we have assigned on SharePoint, OneDrive, or Teams content that can be tracked under the sensitivity labels as well, right? So let me copy this name, and you can see that this application is set to enable for now. We can go ahead and disable it. So I'll simply disable it. And the very important part of this is that we can see all other bunch of options here, including app activities, as well as consent grants. Let's say click on this one, and it's redirecting us to the another page where advanced hunting page is going to open. So currently there is no data because this application is not being used. Certified, there is nothing much, and this is going to ask and allow us to do the advanced hunting for this application, right? So here's the query for that application. It has automatically generated for us, and if I run it, it should be able to give us results, but probably there won't be any data and any access requests. That is why it is not going to generate any alerts at all, right? So this way it is not going to do that, right? So we can see that this application is already enabled, and now let's go ahead and hit that disable app button. It is going to ask for the confirmation, so I'll go ahead and click on confirm, and it is going to disable that app as soon as it confirms the disable action. All right, so it has completed, so I'll simply cross it down and can just scroll down, and can come back over here, this one. Oh, that is still showing up as enabled. So I believe we need to refresh this page. Disable, right? So let's refresh the page, see how it shows, right? Go down. That more application. There you can see that it says disabled by user, right? So this application is disabled by user. That means as an administrator, I have disabled this whole application, and even if user tries to access it, it's not going to let user access. And you can see that there is last action recorded as well. It says manually disabled by this user on this date, right? So on this date, this application is disabled. That means even if we wanted to go back and see who did what actions, then we would be able to track it down, and we have a record with us, right? So this is one of the way that we can go ahead and do that. I'll show you another way where we can go to the applications similar to this one, and then select the SAP applications and disable it from there as well, right? So once you are under app governance page, and you would see this a little message, and it says view application inventory. So click on it, and you would come up over here under the OAuth apps, which falls under Microsoft 365 applications, and you will see all those applications over here with the same details, right? And from here also you would be able to go ahead and select the respective app, but here we have more details, something like new apps one. There's one application which is recently registered, highly privileged application 68, more privileged permissions application 39, and apps from external unverified publishers are 18, right? So these are the different filters that we can utilize and take the actions. Let's say I wanted to go through the unverified external applications. So I'll click on it, and it is going to filter it out. all those applications for me, and I would be simply able to go ahead and from there I can simply just go ahead and disable it, right? You can see that disabled by Microsoft. So Graph Explorer is disabled by Microsoft for the tenant, and which is not available, but it is depending on us whether we wanted to disable any of these applications, right? So let's say I wanted to go ahead and disable this one, which is unverified, right? And from unknown trust or untrusted publisher, basically. So let me, okay, I have disabled it. Now it should be disabled in 1 or 2 minutes, right? It takes a bit of time to show that, and it should be disabled for us. Okay, let's give it a minute, and it should be disabled and show back, right? Click on this one, scroll it down, perfect. You can see that this application is disabled by user, right? And once it is disabled, it is no longer been accessible and usable for users. When you would see the same action, last action taken by a user on this state, so that we know who did what action and as per their permissions, and that's going to help us to track down all those activities as well, right? So yeah, these are the two methods I wanted to show you and talk about how we can build and disable applications and take the control of those applications which are not really being useful at all. And as I showed you, highly privileged and overprivileged permission apps may lead into the situations which we don't do. So I'm going to make another video to get notified for those applications which have the highly privileged permissions as well as overprivileged permissions, and those are not being used, but those can lead into those can open door for attackers to get into the systems, right? And that's why we should be tracking down those applications and get notified and take the appropriate actions, right? Blocking those applications at all, because those are not being used, right? And then we can simply remove it or disable it. So yeah, that's all for this video I wanted to show you and talk about. Hope you will like it. Hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and people around you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well so that you get to see every new video and every new topic that's going to come up, right? So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.